He's trying to switch the book and control his outcome. And right now he's in a public dispute with the UFC and Dana White regarding wanting to get paid, saying that he's going to relinquish his light heavyweight title. I can't see if he legitimately did that. Or
I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it.
Even though he did send out a tweet saying that.
Go ahead, take my title.
Not just that, he sent out a tweet saying that it's going to be Reyes versus Young for the light heavyweight title. And he said, enjoy it. And then he said, 2021, Izzy, you want to do this? Let's do this. But it's always, and Dana White says, well, Jon Jones was asking for an absurd amount of money.
So original reports came out was funny because original reports came out said that he asked for Deontay Wilder money. And I laughed at that. I was like, okay, clearly he's been hit one too many times or snorted one line way too many.
Well, what he said about the Deontay Wilder wasn't not asking about Deontay Wilder money. He said that he made half of Deontay Wilder money, which is true because this goes back years with you and I. Years with us talking about mixed martial arts making less money as a fighter versus what boxing does. This has been discussed since our days of covering Bellator, Bjorn, and Houston Alexander. It goes all the way back. You could go on our YouTube. You can find that interview. It goes all the way back. And I tell this story till I'm blue in the face. When you have Houston Alexander that looks across right at Bjorn Redney and says,
I remember that.
When are we going to get paid like boxers?
I remember that.
It's been with me ever since because it shouldn't be this way. Mixed martial artists, there is no reason why they cannot make the money that boxers do if they're allowed to promote themselves.
Shaun, listen to this. Listen to this. Tell me if this isn't wrong. So, granted, Jon Jones asked for what, north of $15 million for his fight against Francis Ngannou. If that's true, that isn't, whatever. It is what it is, okay? I'm not going to blame him. But if it is true and he did ask for 15 mil, okay? 15 mil for a fight. Dana White reportedly said, I will open up my books. You ain't even worth that. I will show you your payouts. I'll show you everything that you have earned. You ain't even worth 15 million. You're barely worth 5 million. Books say a lot for how much a fighter makes. But then I'm thinking, okay, then I start hearing rumblings, right? Fighters want to get paid. Jon Jones wants to get paid, right? We've talked about a union, right? Henry Cejudo's biggest issue about why he retired is due to money. Okay, so now you have two people complaining about money, about why they're not fighting in the UFC. But hold on. Here's the kicker, folks. UFC was sold for $4 billion, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Dana freaking White was just paid, got a paycheck for $250 million. So, guys, Dana White is making more money than the fighters? Fighters go inside that cage every single day, put their life on the line every single time they step in the cage, and your boss makes triple what you make?
Tristen, whether it's baseball, NFL, whatever it may be, your boss is always going to make more money than you.
Bro, but I'm just saying that if you're making $500K...
It doesn't matter. The bottom line is your boss is always going to make more money. So that argument is slightly skewed, but I will go on one thing, is that I do agree. Payments are flawed. I said it a minute ago. In order for a fighter to make more money, they need to be able to self-promote. Yes, you said union. Yes, our guys over at Fightbook said union. Yes, we've said it a million times on our shows. Union, 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 union. We talk to everybody around the MMA community. They throw the word union. We've seen about
nobody
over-exaggeration. We've seen about 15,000 people come together to try to form a union. It falls flat. So here's what I suggest, okay? UFC is not a business. They do not hire you. They are a organization that you should be a part of.
Yeah.
They should be a sport organization that you're like, yeah, I'm going to go complete that. Just like MLB. The only difference is that they are contractors.
See, again, that's when you mention contractors, right? And you're looking at a business. And a prime example of that is, again, the WWE. There's a lot of parallels to it. We keep saying it because everybody has to start understanding it and falling in line. Because UFC is about their business, their brand. Not about the fighters' brand, not about the fighters that are stepping inside that cage. So, as fighters, Shaun, Dana White himself said it, I'll show you the books. I will open up the books. I will show you what you sell.
Tristan, to me, that's a business. That's like when I go to work every day.
No, because I'm just saying, I'm talking about your
Tristan,
point.
I get it.
You got to sell yourself.
And now I'm going off of your point.
Right.
Okay? Again, you're validating my point.
Yes.
UFC is a business. And I say that because you talk about books. Oh, I'll show you by my books. Okay? If you work in a business as a manager at some level, the books are presented to you of, oh, well, you're not making this much money, so we have to cut this many hours. We got to pull this much back, this and that. So when you look at that, that's what the UFC does. Well, I'll show you the books. Well, we showed you the books a year ago. We showed you the books about 3 weeks ago about the pay rates of these fighters. Yes, I get it that some of them don't draw. But again, to me, it's not about drawing. It's about they go in that cage and they fight at a high level for the fans to put their blood, sweat, and tears on the line. So at the end of the day, when you look at this, UFC should be labeled as an organization.
Yes.
So if they're labeled as an organization, then
they would fall underneath a different umbrella.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then the union, and this is just, over the course of the years, let's flip the script. Again, control your narrative. So if you're a fighter, think about everything you can control and what your end result is. If it's about making money like Jon Jones and he feels this is the best way to do it, then by all means. Look, Conor McGregor sits out for almost a year and a half because he knows what his worth is.
He knows how to brand himself. And again, with the Reebok deal leaving, the Reebok deal going kaput, which is the worst thing that has ever happened to a MMA fighter, was this Reebok deal. Am I right? Now that is gone, trust me, the floodgates will open, sponsorships will come, fighters will start making the money that they want. But again, it comes down to the fact that they have to control their brand. They have to. It is their brand. It is their livelihood. You want to make money? Make money. Go out and do it. You know, whether some people like it or not, Paige Van Zandt's doing a wonderful job on Instagram.
That's a different conversation for a different day. But you know what's interesting about this? Is that, yeah, you know what? Reebok's allegedly leaving the UFC, their deal's expiring or whatever. Here's my devil's advocate. So the UFC used leverage between Fox Sports and ESPN to get a better ESPN deal.
Yes.
So we've seen it for years in Major League Baseball or NHL, where NHL had Reebok. They left Reebok, went to Adidas. You look at Major League Baseball, they went from Nike to Under Armour to Majestic. Who's to say that once Reebok's deals expired, that they don't try to leverage a better deal with another retailer?
It's possible.
What? Who's to think that maybe they don't, that Under Armour doesn't go, ooh, me. Who's to say that? So while your biggest star right now in Jon Jones is like, yo, pump your brakes. All I asked is, I want to get paid. I didn't specify how much money I want to get paid. I just said I want a super fight. You denied me that request, then you took it publicly. So for him to finally,
you just mentioned something. Sorry, I have to insert myself into this topic, into this conversation real quick. It's because you brought up the fact that he basically brought everything to the far light into public, right?
Yeah. Well, Dana White did.
Right, and that's the thing is that John Jones said, "You're tarnishing my name." Bro, didn't he tarnish his own name?
And he did, but that's a different conversation because I don't know why you got to take it personal. Because, yeah, there's a lot of personal negativity around John Jones, and we've said our fair share of it. But this is a very positive note in my eyes that this could be a game changer if played right, because unlike Conor McGregor, who's more about himself, I feel that this is more about the game of mixed martial arts and the pay.
Now, this doesn't necessarily help any of the guys that are on the bottom of the card, Sean, but okay, you talk about game changer. If you get all the champions, right?
Yeah.
All the champions together that they're like, nope, we ain't fighting because we deserve this X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
They all step outside. They're all with each other. That could be a powerful statement. Now, it does no good for anybody that's below them, except for the anarchy that runs the top of the ship. So it could do wonders for the championships, bad deal for the bottom feeders. Kind of like what's going on with Major League Baseball.
I don't think, though, that it matters about the bottom people.
But wouldn't it give you some kind of credit to all of a sudden be like, you know what? Yes, I might be getting this paid at the bottom of the card, right? But then you look at all your stars with the championship gold, and they're all of a sudden maybe making $6, $7, $8 million now. And all of a sudden, the incentive to become a world champion is now that much better because now you're striving to be that guy.
Yeah, so you're thinking that if the top of the food chain get paid,
yeah,
and it's showed there, then the level of competitiveness will be better at the bottom of the food chain.
I also think that at some point, Sean, we have to honestly stop showing the figures of what the fighters get paid. Stop that. We all don't need to see that because we're all normal human beings. Like, we see a dude make $5 million and he's complaining about, I want that. I want to make that. Man, I ain't even close to making $1 million, bro. So why? Why? I just don't see why we need it. We don't need to see the fighters' money. Pay them for what they're worth. Let this new era usher in with the sponsors that are possibly going to be coming, and let it move on. It's going to be crazy when everything starts coming out.
I just want to see John Jones stick to his guns right here, because this could change the game to what everything's been deserving of. If done right, it's just like with all the union talk. If it would have been done right,
at the end of the day,
it could have been a game changer. But now let's switch the script, flip the script, change the narrative, and go this route.
Let me ask you,
and I think we can see it.
Let me ask you one question before we go into a break and come out of it, because it's been an incredible night. So go ahead, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Go ahead, right down there at the bottom. Hit subscribe. Enjoy the show. We do this every Wednesday. We're the DuCross brothers, Shaun and Tristen DuCross. Thank you for all the new people that are tuning into us. Appreciate it. Does John Jones, at the end of this day, at the end of everything that we have discussed, is he worth $15 million?
Yes. Yes, he is easily worth $15 million.
You heard it here, all the DuCross brothers. Sean believes that he is worth $15 million.
And many people are going to say that's far-fetched just because of his poor aspect. But if he didn't have that, easily. Just like I'd gladly pay GSP $15 million to come out. Conor McGregor, $15 million to come out.
Money draws, game changers. That's the way I look at it.
Promote yourself.
Promote your worth.
You'll find success.